Have you ever pulled an all-nighter? You know that feeling the next day, right? You're irritable, you can't focus, and the world just feels a little off. Now imagine that feeling wasn't just temporary. Imagine it was a daily battle. Well, for many people, that's their reality, and it brings up a huge, and I mean critical question about our mental health.
That exact feeling, your mind kind of unraveling after a night of no sleep, it's way more than just an inconvenience. It's actually a powerful clue to one of the biggest mysteries in psychiatry. Today, we're going to explore the incredibly deep and complex bond between sleep and schizophrenia. Welcome to Sleepedia, your corner of the internet dedicated to the science of sleep and circadian rhythms. So, here it is, the central question we're tackling today. For decades, doctors pretty much saw sleep problems as just an unfortunate side effect of schizophrenia. But what if we've had it backward this whole time? What if the sleep disruption isn't just a symptom, but a key player, maybe even a trigger? Let's investigate. Okay, before we can even begin to answer that chicken and egg question, we all need to be on the same page. To really get the connection to sleep, we first need a clear picture of the condition itself. So what exactly is schizophrenia?
The key phrase here really is disconnection from reality. And it is so crucial to understand this is not a split personality like you see in the movies. That's a total myth. It's a fundamental change in how the brain actually processes the world, affecting everything: thoughts, feelings, and behavior.
These symptoms create what a lot of people describe as a constant fog. You've got hallucinations and delusions. Those are things added to your experience. But then you also have these negative symptoms where things like motivation and feeling emotions are sort of taken away. This combination makes just getting through the day incredibly challenging.
Okay, so now that we have that foundation, let's get right to the heart of our explainer. This powerful two-way street that connects the condition to sleep. It really is a classic chicken and egg situation. Get ready for this number because it is staggering. Up to 80%. You heard that right. Up to 80% of people diagnosed with schizophrenia also suffer from some kind of significant sleep disruption. This isn't a small thing. It's not a coincidence. It's a core feature of the illness. So this creates what scientists call a bidirectional relationship. Schizophrenia messes with your sleep, and in turn, that poor sleep can make the symptoms of the disorder so much worse. They literally feed each other in this relentless, vicious cycle, which makes it incredibly difficult to break free from. So why? Why does this happen? Well, the answer lies deep in our biology, with our body's own internal timekeeper. Let's dive into the science. Think about it. A healthy circadian rhythm is like a perfectly tuned symphony. Your brain releases melatonin, the sleep hormone, at night, and then cortisol, the stress hormone, in the morning to wake you up. It's a beautiful system. But in many people with schizophrenia, that clock is just broken. These critical hormones are released at all the wrong times, creating total internal chaos. And the result is a feeling that's honestly best described as permanent jet lag. Just imagine your brain and your body are constantly in the wrong time zone. You're trying to function during the day, but your internal clock is screaming that it's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's not just tiring, it's profoundly disorienting. And the consequences of this are really serious. I mean, this isn't just about feeling sleepy. It throws off everything. Your hormones, your body temperature, even your brain chemistry, like dopamine. It can even make medications less effective because the brain's own rhythm is fighting against them.
So this new understanding of the broken clock leads to a pretty revolutionary idea. What if poor sleep isn't just a result of psychosis? What if it can actually help trigger it in the first place? This right here is one of the most vital questions in modern psychiatry. Could something like chronic insomnia or a messed up sleep cycle be a direct risk factor that pushes a vulnerable brain towards a psychotic episode?
To answer that, we need to understand what sleep actually does for our brain. Think of it like this. Every single night, a janitorial crew, it's called the glymphatic system, comes in to clean out all the metabolic junk that builds up in your brain while you're awake.
And here's the crucial point. When you don't sleep, the janitors can't do their job. All that waste builds up. And research is now showing that sleep problems often show up years before a diagnosis during what's called the prodromal phase. So for a brain that's already at risk, this lack of sleep can weaken its filters and become the final tipping point into psychosis.
Now, this might all sound a bit grim, but this discovery has actually opened the door to an incredibly hopeful new approach. I mean, think about it. If a broken foundation is part of the problem, then repairing that foundation, our sleep, can be a powerful part of the solution.
And this leads us to what might be the most hopeful question of all. Is it really possible that something as basic as improving sleep could actually lessen symptoms as severe as hallucinations and delusions? And the answer, from all this emerging research, is a resounding and really hopeful yes. Stabilizing sleep strengthens the prefrontal cortex. That's the logical, rational part of our brain. It helps the center for reason basically regain control over the storm of intrusive thoughts, making the entire system more resilient. But look, this goes way beyond the simple advice like turn off your phone before bed. We're talking about deep sleep architecture. For example, many patients lack something called sleep spindles. These are little bursts of brain activity that act like a nightly save button for your mind. They also have much higher rates of other medical sleep disorders like sleep apnea, often as a side effect of medication. This focus on timing has led to this amazing new field called chronopharmacology, and it's built on a simple but incredibly powerful idea. When you take your medication can be just as important as what medication you take. Just look at this cycle. Taking a sedating medication at the wrong time leads to morning grogginess. That grogginess makes you want to nap during the day, which then, of course, makes it impossible to sleep at night. You can see how this goes. By simply working with a doctor to adjust the timing, you can potentially break this whole cycle and help restore the body's natural rhythm.
So, what's the ultimate takeaway from all of this? We now know that for our brains, sleep isn't just some passive state of rest. It's an active state of repair. It is the very foundation of our mental health. So, whether you're managing a diagnosis or you simply want to protect your brain for the long term, please remember this. Prioritizing your rest is not a luxury, it is a medical necessity.